Stand to McWarriors, and welcome back to another episode of RogueTech. We get to the campaigns of Howl's Harrows, and last time, well, we pretty much finished up on the planet that we were operating on, managed to get our hands on yet another bushwhacker, although it's only 2 bushwhackers, so we're not quite at the yet another level since we don't have like 4 urban mechs per se. But yeah, we decided to move on from that planet, head over to somewhere else where we might find some more missions, and a flashpoint came up, and it seemed like kind of the fun thing to do, and so with that in mind, Relics 1. Commander, it seems our employer has been called in. We may have to get them out of their hiding spot before we talk to them. Although, of course, I suppose we're having extra Pokemon with 625 salvage, 355,600 disables, and 2.5 skulls. This promises to be a long flashpoint, so let's figure out exactly how long, because the planet doesn't exactly have a whole bunch of missions. Oh, we could have dropped down to the middle of the city. Oh, I'm loving this already. We are only dropping with 4 mechs, because in general, the flashpoints do not work with the massive drops that we do, so we'll be only operating on this. Thank God you are here, Commander. Sheriff Brian. If you could take down the defenses and capture the base, we can meet and discuss our business. We got caught out in our mechs and have been brought here for safekeeping. Okay, not quite sure what it is we're currently dealing with, although apparently oh, it's a pizza. I've never seen that before. Ah, pizza. Yes, the universal joy. Alright, so we need to eliminate the base turrets here, eliminate the defenders. I'm kind of wishing that I brought the burner. Well, I did not, because what I brought was Howl in her Timberwolf for maximum aggression and power. Paradox, of course, in the Warhammer, which seems to normally be headshot hungry, so I hope he managed to get something done there. Mockingbird in the Catapult for absolute barbecue, and Jester in the Lament. We have finally finished constructing the Lament. As you can see, it is equipped with triple PPC. However, unlike the normal traditional Lament, which has a PPC in the shoulder, we decided to put all of them in the arms where they will gain the most accuracy. We have a pair of ERPPC Tigers as well as an ERPPC Clan just to run alongside with them for the rest, as well as a whole ton of heat-keeping gear. This mech is toasty. Also a long-range mech because it happens to have a normal Innersphere XL engine inside of it, which has me very, very concerned. I do want to swap that out for a clan version as soon as we can. We just need a lot of cash to do it, and I haven't had the time as of yet. So, with introductions out of the way, and managed to roll 21s and 20s, so proud of all of you guys. Let's see if we can run on into the battle and annihilate everything before, well, things break out too badly. Kind of do wish that I had the Burna Boy along for the ride, just to make sure that we could have knocked out the turrets super easily. However, it is only a 2.5 skull mission, so I kind of hope that we can now nail our way through it without too much trouble. So I've looked at this Flashpoint before. I haven't actually ever played it, but I've seen it before and always wanted to go to it, purely based on the thumbnail picture, which is a whole bunch of lambs, and I've always wanted to get my hands on lambs. We currently, in fact, have a Phoenix Hawk lamb part currently sitting in our storage at the moment. It's one of the few medium mechs that I actually still kept. And I'd like to get my hands on a lamb sort of potentially as a replacement for a flamer mech. I think it may actually fill that role pretty good. And we have identified the enemy. We have found a scavenger. MDDP. Oh, you are not just any scavenger. You, sir. This is a mad dog. It's a pirate mad dog, but it's a mad dog nonetheless. We've also located a standard command bunker. We're going to want to kill that. Heavy thunderbolt emplacements. Oh, definitely got to die. Scorpion LRM, thought this was Scorpion Line for a second. Wait a second. Standard LRM turret, as well as a Shadowhawk in back, and a Hunchback, just for all your extra special joys, in case you were thinking that life got a little bit too easy. So yeah, we need to murderize a lot of things. Standard command bunkers desperately need to die, so I'm going to open fire immediately. I managed to hit him with the Gauss rifle already, so that's lovely. Yeah, the Thunderbolt placement has me especially worried because Thunderbolt placements generally have Thermobolts on board, which are just absolute nightmarish monsters. I would really like to take this Mad Dog intact. It has Pirate MDDs, or not Pirate MDs, but Pirate whatchamacallit, Thingamabobs, who's and what's. I'll come up with the name eventually. They tend to have equipped on board with them Pirate ATMs, which is really cool. We're going to switch over to SRMs. We're going to switch over to our Inferno rounds. A little less accurate. I'm going to go full Warlord on this one to see if I can't make that up a little bit. He does have some stealth systems on board, but if I have enough power into him, I might be able to shut him off. Now, of course, we are dealing with a command bunker nearby, which is trying to shoot them all down. But we got 125 heat, and that's a great way to start the business. I'll also move the Lament on in. I don't want to get it too close. The Lament is, of course, one, quite the cooker, and 2, has an excellent engine on board. Could have some really easy shots, but I'm going to take the shots over here. So we will go full Warlord for the additional 66 damage onto that. So we added 18 damage onto what we can do. And let's see if we can't nail him with the 75s. 2 good hits and a miss off of that one, so already it has been sensor screwed up. However, the Thunderbolt emplacements tend to not care so much, because Thunderbolt emplacements happen to have this wonderful thing, is even if they miss, they still hit. So we're going to have to worry about that. The Alarm Turtle, not too worried. Chemical Fire, the Mad Dog running on through that, so his ATMs, he decided not to try anything to do with that, so we're going to cook you next round, buddy. You are not stopping that. The only concern I have is I also kind of need the acid rounds from the catapult to take care of the turrets. Hopefully we can have everything fully under control. We don't want to bunch together too much, otherwise life will get very, very painful for us in super short order. So I would like to get a line of sight on that command bunker if at all possible. Do you actually see the command bunker from where you stand? How about if you walked? You actually would not see the command bunker if you had walked. If you stood over here, you could. The reason I kind of want to take out this command bunker is it has a whole bunch of protection gear onto it that I don't really want to worry about too much. The trouble is the accuracy is terrible. So I'm going to full Warlord this. Apparently we're going full on the Thunderbolt emplacement. So I have a pair of Gauss rifle shells. Oh, just nailing it, and some penetration hits on that one. So 82 damage thanks to the Warlord increase. We got the Hunchback coming on in from the side, and it is engaged to range and will flatten the building next to us. Oh, I forgot just how fun urban biomes are. And yeah, that's the thermal bolt, or it might have been the command bunker laying down. It's a particularly unpleasant sensation to be suddenly bombarded by everything. I kind of wish I had some point defense, but I think we'll do okay on this one. I really do want to shut down this Mad Dog immediately, however that's going to take a little bit. Yeah, there he goes. Oh yes, he fired the Warhammer, so luckily the Warhammer was able to shoot down a whole bunch of those missiles, so that was rather helpful. But the heat is a bit of a problem. Luckily for me, quite a few of my mechs don't really care about heat. So I might actually be able to keep that under control. We're going to continue forward with the Lament. It doesn't see anybody else. And will I cook? You better believe it. Still managed to miss with one and hit another 2 of them. So the heavy Thunderbolt emplacement is starting to take some serious damage. It's going to take a couple of turns for the command bunker to recycle on its second shot, so we are going to have to keep that in mind. However, if I can take care of this within 3 turns, I shouldn't have too much to worry about. Got an Urban Mech MM, the turret, the ultimate death machine. If you take away the legs from an Urban Mech, it becomes twice as deadly, I've been told. And the Scavenger... Oh, please tell me it's not the Scavenger. 19. It's going to be the Scavenger. Shoot, he's still heat critical, and he's shut down. Oh, you've just made my day, my week, potentially even my month. Hi, buddy. We're going to have fun with you. Flames on the way. I'd like to avoid the flames. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like that's probably going to be an option. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to walk right up to this Hunchback and say, hello. So first things first, I don't want to cook just yet. We'll shut off the small because it's a very inaccurate weapon at the moment. Shut off most of this. And I think, I could just shoot at you, see if I could go for a headshot. It's 10.4%. And if I did attempt to do it, I could Warlord it. Well, I have a chance of managing to nail his head off anyway with the Silver Bullet Gauss, because it does 75 damage, or just 70 damage, which is above the 60. Yeah, the 61 that he's got health for. I kind of don't want to risk it. So what I'm going to line up on you, we're going to go with the Cluster. I'm going to go with the Warlord as well. The reason why we're going with the Cluster is clusters make him unsteady. If they hit. Apparently we have the graphical glitch right now, so things are just a little bit off. Lower arm destroyed already, which is pretty good. I'm a little disappointed that I've got so few mechs available at the moment. And an AC-20 on the Hunchback is going to be particularly painful. Shadowhawk 1R, I'm not as worried about because I believe that's a primitive Shadowhawk. So rocket launchers and medium rifle. Yeah, lots of incoming fire, but we don't care. The Warhammer is our tank. It is equipped with a laser AMS system and managed to shoot down most of the missiles that were aimed its way. Howl also kind of doesn't care about temperatures because Howl happens to carry gas rifles as their primary armament, so this ought to work out quite nicely. Why is the accuracy so terribly? What are we looking at here? Sprinted moved, no sensor info. Fascinating. How can... Oh, it's got to be the command bunker. Right, fire. Oh, missing most of her shots on there. However, we did make them unsteady, so that'll make life easier for other mechs in the near future. What I'm going to do is I'm going to split fire a little bit here, because I can. First things first, the Scavenger, of course, will need to get shot at. You're offline. You shouldn't have any defense. Oh, you're stealth. Right, are you going to be able to get under heat control in the next turn? I don't think so. I think I have a turn where I can just try and wipe things out. So I'm going to set over to acid rounds. Although maybe Deadfires. Yeah, Deadfires would be the better thing. Oh, but we're not in range for the Deadfire. Great. Listen, kills have a greater chance of being shot down, so I don't want to do that. We will switch over to the acid, and we will see if we can't get some good penetration on this one. So if I can just get enough acids into it. There it goes. Alright, so the first of the turrets has been destroyed. There's another turret I gotta take care of, but I really do need to turn around and just light him on all the fire. I'll be able to do that by shutting off one of my MMLs. It'll work out okay, I think. Hunchback moving around, firing an AC-20 over towards the lament. Luckily for us, no good penetration, so we're feeling not great, but somewhat fine. And cycle down. Is that it? No, we still have the turrets. The command bunker is actually not as dangerous at the moment because it did utilize its massive bombardment capabilities, so we don't have to worry about that in the next turn. However, other things could end up hurting us quite badly. Mainly the AC-20 off of this. I really, really want to keep you intact. I will do everything that I can to keep you alive. Don't worry, buddy. I'm going to save you. It's kind of odd to look on when you come to the city biome. That's where most of the graphical glitches ended up coming in. So there's a reason why our weapons look very, I don't know, saturated, washed out? How do I even describe that? And so we're going to position ourselves right like so to engage the standard command bunker. This doesn't look good. They must have known what I have found. Hopefully we can wrap this up before the local government gets involved. They are very stubborn in their attempt to keep me here. There are some pretty big guns, Commander. Hopefully not too dangerous. 72% accuracy is lovely to see. Did I cook last round? I don't think I did. Shut off the PPC. Oh, I did. Okay, so we're definitely going to want to keep that under control. I'm going to shut off the Tigart and use the Clan, because I believe the heat is the same, but the Tigarts have a recoil. Two nailed on hits, so being basically as accurate as always been. This mech is a fascinating set. Too hot for startup, baby. I'm going to make sure that you don't ever get on hot from startup. I'm going to hit you something fierce with a lot of firepower. We do want to knock out this command bunker because apparently it's playing havoc with my sensor systems right now. I don't have enough Beagle active probes along for the ride in order to truly mess with the enemy. And also, this Hunchback is going to be very dangerous should he actually get some good shots on my catapult. But the catapult's got a single MML-20 on the Scavenger. Hopefully it'll keep the heat on temperature because I don't think he's cooking at the moment. Timberwolf going to take a little bit of long-range fire, but the Timberwolf does not care. It's not as tanky as my Warhammer, but it's pretty solid. So speaking of, Mockingbird, hi, take aim, and... Oh, your temperature's not bad. You're going to shut off one of them. You're going to aim for the head. You're not going to use acid rounds. You're going to use Infernos just to keep them under control. And plus 50 heat, which will hopefully keep him more or less under control. We are going to back up just a little bit, keep ourselves somewhat protected, get the temperature back under, and next round I'm just going to absolutely nail him with absolutely everything I've got. There are flames on the way, but the Warhammer cares not for your poor, petty flames. Standard turret? Oh, no, that's not actually what I wanted to target. Whoops. Okay, go full everything, I guess. What am I looking at in terms of... Yeah, I don't see the command bunker, I just see this turret. So this turret is a huge disappointment to me, actually. I will shut off a medium laser to keep the temperature under control, and we'll just fire the silver bullet guys in normal mode. Good hit with basically everything. We drilled it pretty gosh darn hard. Is Howl going to have a shot on that command bunker? Because that's what I want. Howl will, absolutely. Lovely. In that case, Howl is going to actually turn, will reveal itself to two turrets. However, the Timberwolf is pretty gosh darn tough. And we're going to target the standard command bunker, and I am going to cook it a bit. Now we'll shut off one medium laser to avoid cooking. Got a gas rifle into target, and the Bloodhound probe has been destroyed. We've flattened part of the structure, so that's going there. Still have to worry about this Hunchback. I'm actually really worried about this Hunchback, but I was hoping to have this turret destroyed by now. Hunchback coming into the battle. AC-20, ready for you. Fired, I think, missed. Or maybe he shot his buddy in the back. Please don't tell me you shot your buddy in the back. I need your buddy alive. But clearly you didn't flatten the building. Please stop shooting at us. I really want to know if he shot him in the back. Oh, blinding chaff. That's extra ungood. Because now I've got to fight through his ECM and that crap. And I think that was the urban mech, but a lot of incoming fire, flattening most of the base around us, but not actually hitting us all that much. We're feeling a tad inspired, in fact. The Lament should actually be in a fairly solid position to engage you. Oh yeah, it's going to be 99-1s. So, in fact, I am going to stand still to do it. Because 99-1, I don't think I'm going to accidentally shoot my buddy in the back. Triple PPC. Let's full awesome this. Did I shoot me in the back?
Critical hit, Commander.
It shouldn't be possible. I don't know if I shot me in the back. How badly damaged is this turret? There's basically... Okay, I don't think we shot ourselves in the back, so that's okay. So we will then shift on back into the building rubble. So we have a little bit of defense going on here, and we're nice and protected. That means Howl is now open. Oh, the radical heatsink taking control. That's one of the reasons why that mech is actually able to do the things that it can do. Final Gauss rifle, just full-on burst. I think we full-on burst this. So see if we can knock down this command bunker. Okay, we no longer have to deal with his electronic countermeasure shenanigans. So now, accurate fire for everybody. And you are also going to sort of back up, not too much into cover. I don't want to stand still, especially not with him coming forward. So we're going to shift over to the side a little bit. Alright, on phase 19. He's too out to shut on the emergency shutdown. Oh, that's adorable. Okay, the Warhammer can now move out, and the Warhammer wants... Was it the Hunchback? No, the Hunchback did not emergency shutdown. The Warhammer is now going to slip in behind the Hunchback, as you do when you want to kill a Hunchback in the most awesome fashion possible. And I think I kind of want to just use a cluster, because you've got basically no armor. So we'll go for a cluster on this one.
Affirmative.
And, oh wow, it's only an AC-10. Really? I've been worried about an AC-20, and no, it's a terrible Hunchback. Alright, come back around. Let's fully make sure that he is now under control. Hi, bud, friend, pal. Target your head. All MMLs are active. Go full on Inferno. Let's see if we can't panic this guy with a cockpit. Yeah, that's plus 204 heat right there. So he's on a bit of a barbecue. You're not turning on anytime soon, anybody big? I'm going to have you taken care of. Alright, Hunchback's going to come on forward. Does have an AC-10, but it's chemical fire. Its AC-10 is now unjammed, so he's got that going for him. He can now actually utilize the weapon system, but I don't think we need to worry too much. Scorpion all around, barely any concern whatsoever. Going to fire over towards the Warhammer, but the Warhammer does not care, because again, Clan Laser AMS coming in for the save 4 of the 15 missiles. They would have come in towards it, and I'm not quite sure what you fired at me, but it didn't appear to be super effective. So I'm just going to go with, I don't really care, but I do want to break down this turret in the near future. There goes another building. Oh, they are just cruel to the urban environment. Alright, Paradox and your Warhammer, you can just chase this Hunchback down. How much health does this Hunchback have left? Surprisingly a lot, actually. I was not expecting you to still have, you know, health. I may just want to ignore you, though. I mean, you're not all that dangerous at the end of the day. I mean, of course, you don't want to necessarily leave you alive, but come on, you're not exactly dangerous. Let's be honest with ourselves. Do I want to cook? I don't. So I'm going to shut off the RE small. I'm going to shut off, actually no, I'll keep the RE small on. I'll shut off 2 medium lasers, because apparently my medium lasers are more of a problem. And again, cluster shell will be back. And just there's nothing left, which was the goal. I'm trying to prune out some of the things that I don't want. So he's in fire. He's not going to do anything. I will then move on, I suppose, to take care of other opponents. So the Lament can stride on forward without a care in the world. Yeah, we have to take you on. I will get my heat fully under control by doing this. That way I can shut off the prototype double heatsink kit. And we'll just 1, 2, 3. Oh, I like this thing.
One more for the trash.
I don't think it'll work in a desert environment, but I like this thing. Shadowhawk moving around. Looks like he wants to fight the Lament with its triple... Oh, no, he wants to fight the Warhammer. Managed to nail me with his AC-5. Not terrible at all right there. Can I please get a shot with my Mockingbird? Hi, thanks. Yeah, just, again, shoot for the head. He's got Hydras, which I would like to get my hands on. So, missiles from the Maximum Inferno. And that's another knockdown and 204 heat. On your back, sir. Please panic and bail. How many injuries you got left? Oh, his first injury was free. And we're out of ammo. That sucks. Okay, move slightly over to the side. Howl, here's what I need you to do, Howl. I need you to elegantly, perfectly pluck the cockpit from the mech. Please? Called shot structure exposed was a leg. Yeah, you're not doing that again. I can't let you... Oh, I don't have much of a choice. I don't want to let you do that again, because if you do that again, you're going to kill the leg, and that'll be extra bad. I want to take an attack, and trying to do so is not exactly the easiest thing in the world. I can't rely, unfortunately, on my MMLs again, because, sadly, that did not end up working.
Heads up, Commander.
Okay, we've got reinforcements. So we do need to actually start getting a bit of a move on to wipe out the rest of these turrets. It's nothing too serious, I don't think, but at the end of the day, you don't really ever want to take too much damage, because this may not have consecutive deployments, but it does have some concern to me. Okay, anybody else? On to Jester.
Ready for orders.
So Jester's Lament can probably just say, yeah. Oh, buddy. I'm just going to triple PPC you.
Confirmed.
And that looks like it hurts a lot. Not a little a lot either. A fairly decent amount of the allots. I'm going to move not too far forward because I don't want to sort of reveal myself too much from that urban mech turret. So Mockingbird doesn't have a gun anymore, which really kind of sucks, actually. Howl, right. I know I said don't do it. You know, Paradox, how's your tactics? Your tactics 9. I think you have called shot mastery. You're gonna move very slightly backwards.
On my way.
You're gonna target his head. Nope, it's the same 8.3. Right, so I need you to full on warlord this. Because I need you to be special. I need you to nail that head without wasting anything else. Shut off the RE small laser. Please. Please, if you love me, please. Pilot bail? No, pilot is not worried at all. Alright, step on the mech. Don't hit the leg. Just don't hit the leg, please.
Order acknowledged.
Anything but the leg. Ahead, please. Come on, pilot. He's panicking. He's not feeling good about it. But he's not nailing. At least the MMLs are unjammed. So I can sort of go in onto the next fight. Remind myself to the turret to just utterly annihilate it. I think exactly what I want to do. So he's going to chill out a little bit, which is going to be somewhat unfortunate. Oh, it could just nail you or hurt you in many ways that you don't yet understand. You know what? I think I'm going to go full blitz on the lasers on this one. Two good Gauss rifles, followed by solid medium lasers. Wasn't quite able to kill, but we came gosh darn close. And we managed to break up most of the turret systems. We're taking this very slow because I'm trying really hard to get this mad dog. All the center torso is exposed. I can't risk anything more. I must just burn him out of the cockpit. I need you to bail, buddy. That's all. Please bail out. Don't make me have to do this the hard way. He's managed to avoid another ammunition explosion, but currently offline, so I can't imagine that he had any chance of exploding anyway. Whole bunch of fire into the Timberwolf, but the Timberwolf very much does not care. It looks like you might have jammed your gun. Oh yeah, he broke it. Don't shoot over here. You might hit my mad dog. The mad dog. It is a 65 or 70. It's a solid mech that I want. I'm gonna leave it at that. It's a solid mech that I want. Look at the total lack of minimum range on this mech. Most into you, but some into you. I will fire the ERPPC at Bravo target, and everything else.
Affirmative.
Blast, sensors impaired, and then you're going to turn and casually annihilate another turret. We've got one more turret to take care of, and then we can basically burn our way through everything.
Ready for orders.
So you will now, yeah, you're already set up to take the shot, and you will actually full warlord this, because why not? Oh yeah, baby.
Here it comes.
There's really not much left to this turret, actually, because the gun is mostly broken at this point, but we really do need to take care of it at some point. We also need to worry about the incoming mechs, of which we have an antique drill sin and a PO heavy tank. I'm actually not all that worried. I'm feeling pretty confident. Back up a little bit with the Timberwolf. On phase 20. And we got a Locust, interesting, with an internal combustion engine. Got it.
Commander.
You are going to... You have multi-target as well. Lovely. Can you get a line of sight on both? Well, if you sprint, you can, so that's what we'll do. We'll set up like so. And again, we shall multi-target. Most of it's going to be going into the Shadowhawk, but I am going to fire the Silver Bullet Gauss into the turret, just to make sure that we have everything fully taken care of. You're going to max heat this up, Silver Bullet Gauss onto Bravo, set it to cluster mode, and then let it rip. So a whole ton of lasers, managing to break his foot, which is great. And then we turn around and we tear that thing apart, because the Gauss rifle in cluster mode is just a monstrous weaponry of awesomeness. Okay, he's going to fire back at us, manage to hit us again with that medium laser, which is getting kind of annoying. So I think the Lament will probably annihilate this thing in the next round or so. So he's pilot, it's not going to help you, buddy. Mockingbird,
Yes, Commander.
he's on the ground. MMLs, Risk, Inferno, go for the face. Please get him out of the mech.
All weapons on go.
Just make him bail out. No.
Mech destroyed.
Gosh darn it, darling.
Move order received.
I tried to do it the fun way. I tried to do it where I could get it. Every single time I try and get a Mad Dog, one of my missile pilots screws up and just blows up the entire thing. I'm starting to notice a bit of a trend. It's becoming somewhat depressing because I just want a Mad Dog. Is that so much to ask? Someone please give me my Vulture. At least it's not the cool Vulture. The cool Vulture is the one that with the chin mount. It's actually a Vulture Mark III. And yeah, your missiles mean nothing to my Warhammer. We are a little bit over-leveled for this, but I feel it's a nice, relaxing diversion to just sort of annihilate your way through an entire enemy force without even caring so much as a bit. I've got a Pirate Hunter. How cute. Even from this range, I could cut you like a cake.
Copy that.
All it took was one gas rifle shell right in the center torso and it's gone. Oh, lovely. Jester. Yeah, you actually have a target that you're gonna kind of handle and take care of and kill. How much? Oh, he doesn't have anything left in his center, in his front torso, so actually you do want to be sort of in front of him. Or onto his right side, which would be right over here. So we will set up like so. Don't really care about the enemy having to see my back because I don't think they can take advantage of it. And pretty decent drill. Managed to break through most of his medium laser. He's very now much unsteady. And yeah, I'm gonna kill you in style. Let's go. Sprint, high speed. And I'm just gonna break you into little tiny pieces because I really don't want to deal with any of your junky equipment that I don't need. So I'm just gonna go full deadfire. And I'm going to warlord it on top of this. So already it's doing 12 damage. Well, now it's doing 13 damage and I'm firing 40 missiles.
Copy that.
There's not a lot of mechs that can survive this. So good. We managed to basically burn out everything that had to do with that primitive piece of junk. Now, at least I won't have to worry about it cluttering up the entire area. His cockpit, of course, will, but who cares about that? We don't need to worry about it. Is there anything else here? The PO heavy tank, of course, the antique drillson, of course, and then the pirate hunter. So they should be reasonably easy to kill once they decide that they finally actually want to go. It looks like the hunter's running away. He's realized that I don't actually want to fight this. Laser AMS shooting down most of that, so no problem at all. The Warhammer, once again, a phenomenal machine of death and destruction. I think in the way that we have built is a very solid build. I'm going to set my Silver Bullet Gauss back to normal mode once again, so I don't have to worry about breaking anything. Could shoot the antique drillson or the PO heavy tank. The drillson, 96 health in the front. Shut off the small, shut off most of these lasers just to make it so that I don't have to worry too much. Managed to miss with the Gauss rifle, so not really doing quite so cool as Howl. Howl managed to basically take the wings off a fly at a very, very long range. It was quite nice. Your Timberwolves is incredibly powerful. I'm very happy with it. Now, the Warhammer also incredibly powerful. It is full on SLDF tech, but the leg is a little bit vulnerable, and that has me concerned. Don't hit my leg. Otherwise, I'm going to have to hurt you in ways that you didn't even realize you could be hurt in. Get down to 15. I assume that we're at 12, so this is now our little antique drillson, equipped with his twin missiles and ballistics and energies. If he fires those missiles at the Warhammer, he's just basically wasting ammo. So we won't have any trouble dealing with him. See, I kind of like the Lament. I know it's not optimal. There are other optimal ways to build the mech. Obviously, you would put in just a whole bunch of large lasers or something, but the PPCs are fun. And that's kind of the whole deal. That is the whole reason they are equipped on this mech, is because PPCs are fun, I enjoy fun, and oh my god, your accuracy is just beautiful. I'm going to warlord it just to keep the temperature under control. And yeah, let's just start cycling up heat again.
Firing a full salvo.
Is that a layman Russ? It kind of looks like one. Alright, how is the best way that you can chase down this hunter? You can actually just show up to the side and nail this tank, which is already mostly dead. So I think we'll already do that. You're on the wrong side, unfortunately. Who cares? Twin Gauss rifle plus the laser follow-up. So he's about to realize that he's totally surrounded. Maybe he should eject, but I don't think he can. I assume it's the pirate hunter at this point. He can maneuver in whatever way he wishes to go. And yes, he's going to attempt to continue to meet up with his friends and fire long-range missiles. Not able to get any real effect on us, but they are doing a fairly decent job of flattening the entirety of the rest of the city. Speaking of, let's rush on forward. Oh, there is a dropship right there. Okay, we're gonna have to keep that in mind. Hi, buddy. Deadfires would be awesome, but I think I want acid. Just because we're gonna burn through you pretty gosh darn. Well, maybe the Deadfires would be a better idea. See, these would do plus 50% damage. Yeah, it would do the same anyway, so yeah, we're gonna Deadfire it.
10-4.
So just unload the missiles, and we got a vehicle destroyed result already. Lovely. Yeah, the Deadfires versus the acid would burn through the armor really quickly, but he didn't have a ton of armor, so the Deadfires just do a little bit better in that circumstance. The problem with the Deadfires is they also tend to be really short-ranged, and that would have been a major concern. I am not going to fire my Silver Bullet Gauss rifle in cluster mode on this one, because I don't want to risk it getting jammed so late in the fight, and I have enough lasers to sort of ensure the scatter on him. So he's now very much in danger, and back on over to Jester. I doubt the Lament is actually going to be able to get a target. Although it is surprisingly spry. Let's run up to the capture zone. Just so we have basically somebody on top of that. And Mockingbird can sort of keep chasing after that hunter, because that hunter is going to die in a horrific fashion, unfortunately for him. And Howl also probably not going to be able to get... Ooh, never mind. Howl has a line of sight. You might be in a lot of trouble here, buddy.
Roger that.
Twin Gauss rifle to the side, plus a whole bunch of medium lasers. Structure exposed, but he's not yet dead, which is a bit disappointing, not gonna lie. We'll continue to surge on forward with the rest of our mechs as we set up and prepare. And we phase on 14. How will he respond? Being cornered by a Timberwolf. It's not exactly a position you want to find yourself in all that often. He's going to move out and fire a lot of weapons at me close range and cook.
I'm in trouble.
What the ever-loving heck did he just do to me? Somehow he got through all of my armor and nearly annihilated the entirety of the mech.
Receiving you.
Yeah, buddy, we don't know. That's not okay. So I'm gonna shift over to your right side. And I'm gonna turn you into Swiss cheese. Because that, you just risked my Timberwolf.
Roger.
And I don't like that. It's gonna be a long repair.
Target's for now.
There we go. Taken care of. Alright, has arrived. Thank you for the assist, Commander. Alright, so it looks like we picked up whoever it is we're actually managing to come in for this one. So that was a lot more damage to the Timberwolf than I wanted. I think you will like what we found. Thank you for the rescue. Glad to be of assistance. I will send communications ASAP once we are situated. We'll head back to the Argo. Try not to get kidnapped in the meantime. Not sure I should bother reading. There's a lot of typos already. But that's okay. Fan-made content is always fun. And also the reward at the end of this is going to potentially be a lamb, and that's what I want. More than most things at the moment. One of the things I could do with a lamb is if it has enough energy hard points is I can basically strip off most of the burner boy, put it all into the lamb, and have the lamb basically fly between locations, just lighting people on fire. Which would be a lot of fun. Alright, how much are you going to reward me for this? 327,220. The repairs are not going to cover that. The number of... Yeah, the crits you got on my engine were huge, and you nearly destroyed my leg. Alright, so they're trying to steal the Locust, the Shadowhawk, the Hunchback, and the Scavenger. They want to give me an Engine Core 100, Standard Sensors, Rifle Ammo, and a Pirate Rack 5, Quantity 5. If I refuse, you dispute the salvage cannon, you lose 4 rep. Go away. Not allowed to do this. First and foremost, that Scavenger part is mine. You don't get to tell me it's not mine. ATM 9 Pirates I'm not really interested in. It's really most of this gear I'm not interested in. It was just because, well, I wanted the part. Gosh darn it. Another bloody one that she's gone. TBM 30? What? Oh, okay, so it's like a rack. It's 3 Thunderbolt missile launchers together with a wired to a single guidance system. Oh, that's, uses T-Bolt 10 ammo. So fires T-Bolt 10s 3 at a time. That's actually really interesting. Has a 30% chance when you intercept a weapon, has a jam chance of recoil times 10 mitigated by gunnery. So what's the bloody recoil? I hate it when this happens. Like, we're not going to tell you what the recoil of this weapon actually is. We're just going to tell you that the recoil has something to do with its inaccuracy. Ah, lovely. Pyro fire control system, of course. Spiked helmet, I think I'm good on it. Yeah, I already got one. And I've got another one already mounted to a mech, so I don't really need to bother with that. Tandem SRM ammunition. I have 5. We're good on that. T-bolts. T-bolt ammo might be a good idea. 6 shots. It's not the biggest deal in the world. MRM improved would be interesting, but I've already got enough ammunition in order to keep that thing going. I think I've got 2 pieces of equipment that I just don't need any for. 240 Radiofusion Core would be something I could sell because I've got so many of the darn things. Remote sensor dispenser is 1 ton. Place the warhead selection less sensor. Oh, so it's built in 5 salvos. Right. Don't really care. Maybe I should have let them take that. Take a standard laser AMS system and ammo for the TBM. Yeah, I think ammo for the TBM might be the way to go. 1 ton, 1 ton. Well, I have 3 tons in total. Lock that in. What else do we get? We got the Hunchback parts, the Shadowhawk parts, basically worthless equipment right there. The rotary autocannon and a couple of fusion cores. That's actually useful because we can sell those. Didn't get the spiked helmet, which is a bit sad, but we did get another ton of acid SRM ammo, which is ridiculously powerful. So looking forward to being able to do a little bit of fun stuff with that. Yeah, really irritated that we blew up the Scavenger like that. I wanted to take it intact so bad. I wanted to make that thing mine, but unfortunately it was not to be. One thing I may end up wanting to do is swap in the Burner Boy, because the Burner Boy should be able to handle most of this pretty easily, and if the Timberwolf isn't fixable in time, then I may just do that. I want to run through our mix as quickly as possible. The Lament, on the other hand, came out with flying colors. As long as it's not in a desert biome, it actually handles the heat pretty gosh darn well. So add in the exchanger that it's got on board, the radical prototypable heatsink kit it's got on board, and then the 10% heat mitigation that the pilot gave it. Yeah, that's actually really good, because he wasn't quite able to keep the weapon under control. However, I think perhaps in a tundra biome that might be almost heat neutral. Triple PPC heat neutral, that would be hilarious. Alright, it's going to cost, yeah, super massively expensive, because that Timberwolf damage, 16 days. I hope that's not the Timberwolf. Relics 2, high orbit. Looks like we have some lines. Greetings, Commander. You did dug out of a hole there. I mean, literally, it's a huge complex of I mean that literally. There's a huge complex of SLDF equipment buried beneath us. Most of it's damaged though. This appears to be an ancient remote cache, or may just be a storage dump. It's all ancient history now. These pirates were pretty interested in what we found. They refused to back down, and they said they weren't afraid of ghosts. We took some heavy losses getting the IE folks to safety. So as a representative of IE, I wish to procure your services. There are two areas in which we could use assistance. Firstly, there's a dig site with some artifacts which we need to be loaded up, cataloged, indexed, and fact for interstellar travel. We would like you to guard that base for us, or we need assistance recovering our captured test pilot. We have an extremely odd artifact that requires his skills to operate. Unfortunately, we have no one else right now We have no one else with the right blend of piloting and aerospace skills needed to operate it. Needless to say, recovering our specialist should be your highest priority. We would love your assistance at the base, however, rescuing our pilot could further our research as well. Yeah, I'm gonna rescue the pilot because the defense base is boring as all heck. So yeah, let's get your man back. Are you sure? We could be passing up the finds of a lifetime. Scientifically, this may be the last chance at something like curing universal diseases or even ending galactic hunger. Sorry, life is so cheap for IE, but I think this guy deserves a chance at least. You're right, possibly just saving man. I don't want to take a defend base mission. If it takes risk, Commander, I think he would be upset if he lets his cash get stolen. Yeah, I have no idea. But yeah, I don't want to do defend base. Defend base missions are not fun. So, where is this contracted part of Flashpoint? There it is. Alright, specialized pilot. Yep. And again, we're going to take this one for salvage because this is how we roll. Most of my mechs have gone. Howl and Paradox are currently unavailable for this tasking, so I can then slot in a couple of our other pilots. We, of course, have Death Crusade and Finn as our next levels up on this one. Yeah, Finn especially. So I'll put Finn inside a Zaberna Boy. I am going to need some pretty solid heavy firepower, which the Otzel cannot provide. However, I do have a Gladiator. Ooh, I don't want to go on this mission without having... Yeah, I need more heat control. Let's make sure that we bring heat control for days. The Warhammer the Timberwolf took a surprising amount of hits. I am actually really surprised at that. Let's get the Kantaro up. We'll wait for 4 days. We'll get the Lament almost... Well, maybe we should get the Lament ready. It is a hilarious amount of firepower. 2, 3, and stop. Alright, come over to the mech bay. Just make sure that everybody is mostly intact. Yeah, aside of course from the Otzel, which needs to be built. And we're 1 day away from the end of the month, so that is less than ideal, because I kind of want to have this done. So, quick check through our pilots to make sure that everybody is feeling fine and aggressive.
Standing by.
Commander, how's it going?
Alright, this should be everybody. Yep, alright, and let's take that contract now. I think we're going to field the Kintara on this one, because it's got to be massed missile hilarity. And yeah, maximum salvage. Alright, so this time I plan on building the Catapult, the Lament, the Burna Boy, and I would like to bring, since my 2 heavies are not particularly available at the moment, the Kintaro, which I suppose Howl can drive. Apparently they do not like my odds with this one, but I do have a 60-tonner with a whole ton of PPCs. I think we'll be fine. Let's drop. And again, we can't drop with all 8 mechs because unfortunately on a mission like this, specifically a Flashpoint, the large battles doesn't actually work. So a little bit unfortunate on that one. I would like to drop down with large battles, but needs must and all that. We'll hopefully get things done. So we did bring our 2 on-fire mechs. I could have brought a 3rd on-fire mech, but I kind of wanted to make sure that I had a sufficient amount of firepower for the real support. And, well, at the end of the day, the amount of firepower that is currently being provided by the Kintaro is pretty gosh darn huge. What I really need to get my hands on is some heavy MRM acid rounds. That will suddenly fix most of my problems. However, I do have enough people in order to handle most of burning out vehicles and turrets, so that should be okay. Although this is, well, it is a risky pilot. We'll see how things turn out. Hopefully I can actually get my hands on the end goal, which is what I want, which is a lamb at the end of the day. But I don't know how that's going to turn out. So, we need to pick up a specialized pilot for the next mission. They will be separated from us and the IE, and the mission critical to this operation. I'm sure this will pay off. 5 of 21 priority salvage, 231,200 C-bills. Let's hopefully we can manage to get this mission done without taking quite as much damage as we did last time. No, seriously, the amount of damage we took from just that repeated AC-5 blasting at us as we had to ignore it was painful. Mainly so we could, try and handle another mech. I basically was fighting 3 on 8-ish because we wanted to have other things. They're coming up on the local government facility, Commander. Seems lightly defended. Once you've reached the facility and picked up the pilot, move to the LZ. We will come get your stat. Alright, so we're basically just going to secure the entire area. Because why the heck not? Sprinting time. Alright, let's just get it on target. We have a sufficient amount of fire capabilities, although... Ooh, yeah, I may want to curve around to the right a little bit, so we'll come up to here and move around. That way we actually have an ability to get up the mountain. So the Kintaro is a pair of heavy MRM 30s, which is lovely, incendiaries, and Apollo types, which I'm going to switch to the Apollos immediately, because the Apollos have additional accuracy bonuses, which I'd like to use. We basically ripped them out of our former Hunchback, which no longer exists, because we sold it after stealing all of its stuff. The Kintaro has an arm-mounted MRM slot, or arm-mounted missile slot, which works out just a little bit better for what we're trying to use it for, in addition to the fact that it had 2 missile slots that I could mount things onto. So we've doubled the salvo, increased the accuracy on one of them, and, well, the mech is 5 tons heavier, but it's a pretty gosh darn good mech. We'll, I suppose, run out into the forest. Oh, we have a target. We have multiple targets. We have a quick draw, don't care. A wraith, don't care. A hellspawn, interesting. And a wolverine, don't care. So I'm going to full warlord to see if I can't annihilate this wolverine from long range, because this is actually a fairly decent wolverine. It's a 6M. So triple PPC from the water. He managed to miss 2 and hit 1. I'm a little bit disappointed. I was hoping to just drill on into him with some serious PPC firepower, but sadly it was not to be. I do think the Lament seems to be fairly solid for what it provides so far. A whole bunch of medium lasers getting blasted back our way, but I'm going to be completely honest. I think we have a slightly cooler weapon system to shoot back at them with. Run on forward with Howl, see if we can't get a line of sight on the target we care about. Do you see the Hells? I see both of them, but the accuracy is pretty terrible. I'm just going to see if I can't get a little bit of fire down their way, just to see how much they like it. So, heavy MRMs just streaming down the area. Didn't hit too many of them, but once we actually do manage to get in close enough to them, we should be able to do a significant amount of damage to them. Of course, the quick draw is possibly the most dangerous thing on the field, although it is only a quick draw 4H, so it's not exactly super dangerous, but, well, it's a 60-tonner, it's the only 60-tonner they got. In terms of overall firepower, it actually might just be this Wolverine that might be the most dangerous thing in the field. Alright, Burner Boy. It is time to get you in action. Okay, we'll actually be able to get up there, so that's good. Can't really jump all that far, and I don't really care to do other things. What I could just do is bounce anywhere. Yeah, we'll bounce right up here. Probably not going to be able to do much, so yeah, we're just going to brace. We'll take the damage reduction on this one because we can't really do much. Picking up some evasion, not as much as I'd like. I need to get a pilot who has a sufficiently high evasion. And here comes the quick draw. Lots of fire coming in towards us. Only managed to hit us with a single missile, so I'm feeling pretty confident about that one. We're going to probably just run up to him and light him on all the fire. Speaking of all the fire, Mockingbird, do you mind? Do you have a target? You do. It's not a great target, if I'm completely honest. Switch over to SRMs. Yeah, if we go Infernos, this is not going to have a great chance. I don't want to warlord it, just because of the temperature problem. So fire into the forest, and that gives him 85 heat. So a lot more effective than I thought it was going to be. Alright, so his heat is becoming a bit of a problem. He's mostly unstable, which is a great position for us to be in already. Wolverine gonna surge on forward with his... Yep, lots of fire incoming. Luckily for us, the bird boy mostly untouchable at this point. However, it's only for purpose of evasion. Really, it's the jamming that's doing most of the work. We are very, very well endowed with jamming equipment, and they're doing a phenomenal job. So I'm just gonna hop right on over here. Hi, buddy. Standing just outside the flames. We are gonna warlord this one just to get things fully under control. And MMLs with Infernos? Sure, why not? The accuracy is not great, but another 42 heat is gonna mostly handle him under control. He's moving at 19. Who's gonna beat Mockingbird? That's unfortunate. But he's so burning hot that he may actually shut himself down if he tries to actually fight us. I'll be interested to see what direction he actually decides he wants to go in with that one. So the quick draw, make up your mind, and make up your mind quickly. Okay, Hellspawn, jiving on for it. I like the Hellspawn. It's really cool looking back. Oh, wow. 12 damage. That's impressive. I want to know what you've got. Oh, you had rocket pods. Okay, he's not as dangerous as I thought it was. He had heavy rocket pods, so we can ignore that. He's getting some heat under control, but dude, you're going to get totally torched in what is coming for you in the next round. Although I could target the Hellspawn.
Orders.
Ah, lament. Lament, for I have arrived. Good accuracy, good accuracy. Not as good accuracy, but you know what? I'm just going to keep the pressure up on Mr. Wolverine over here. Still, only one of the three. That is very disappointing. Wraith going to zoom in on over from the side. Howl going to walk the Kentaro up probably a little bit more aggressively. Could actually fire into basically anybody here. Yeah, you're going to get the love. Look at that accuracy bonus. Also, it has an arm-mounted bonus as well, because it has I put a weapon mount on the thing just for the additional accuracy, and you can tell. I mean, it's +3 accuracy from the arm mount. Alright, give him some love. Heavy armor arms, just to nail him with. And we got him almost unsteady with barely any effort. We'll swing in over here. I just need a little bit more heat on top of you. One of my risk MMLs is jammed. I will warlord in order to make sure that I can get lots of pressure onto you. And +70 heat and you're shut down. Okay, quick draw us offline. And the ML20 hasn't jammed, which means next turn I can go after this fun little Hellspawn over here and hopefully barbecue him. If I do this right, I may actually be able to get both parts. I'm not really in the market for a quick draw, and in fact I recently sold a quick draw part because like I'm never going to run into a quick draw, and lo and behold, a bloody quick draw. So I just need a little bit of heat on him to make sure that things go out quite the way that I want them to. How?
What's up, boss?
Yeah, keep your Kentaro putting the pressure down on... Well, really, that's actually going to be super dangerous. Put your pressure up on this boy over here. Whole ton of missiles. Yeah, that's going to be the unsteady result that I was hoping for. I'm going to fall back to the Marshal a little bit. So if he's got lots of pulse lasers, which does have me a bit worried. I am very surprised that we rolled so well. The Wolverine bouncing on into the forest, or into the water, which I suppose makes a certain amount of sense if we were trying to keep his heat under control, but I didn't think that was a major problem for him. Paradox in the Burner Boy. Yes. Do you see the target from here? You don't. You're actually going to have to wade into... Oh, you don't... Yeah, you're going to have to wade into the flames on this one. Sorry about this, but it's going to be hot. Or I could jump. I think jumping is probably the better solution. Because this will, 1, keep us in the water, and 2, give us a little bit more evasion to keep ourselves protected. High called shots to the face. You don't say. Come on, pilot, bail. That's 155 heat on you, bail. What are you doing staying in the mech at this point? Right, I am attempting to find some place where I can just get steadily closer and closer to these targets. 28% is just really trash. Why do we have no sensor data? Get some missiles on them. Let's just make sure we drown them in heat. Only 45, which was kind of actually what I was sort of expecting. I.e. terrible. Do I see the Wolverine? There he is. I want to keep pressure on the Wolverine because I'm trying to actually save both of these mechs at this point. I'm not quite sure. Well, the quick draw because it's a 60 ton, and the Hellspawn because I think Hellspawns are cool. And that's going to be a knockdown of the Wolverine. A nice, easy triple PPC to the face. And now he's downed. So that'll be a little bit of falling damage on him. And now comes, of course, the Hellspawn, who is starting to get a little bit toasty, but I assume he's not going to have too much trouble with this because he can just walk into the water and that'll handle most of his heat problems. Oh, no, he's going to fly. Oh, that was an aggressive maneuver. I don't quite think that was the most genius plan you ever came up with. Yeah, Burner Boy, why don't you come back here and let's light you on all the fire. First things first, though, I am going to make sure that I have vigilance going on, just to make sure I have things mostly under control, and if I can get just a little bit of accuracy on you, I can drastically raise your heat. Unfortunately, I don't think we had a little bit of accuracy. Wraith moving off to the side. Is that a mini Vapor Eagle? It is. Oh, that's adorable. Mockingbird, yeah, fully take control of this guy. So I assume this will cause the pilot to bail out, because I'm about to dump another 200 heat on top of his face. Tons of heat. Head hit, pilot injured, 2 of 4. He's only stressed, not feeling like he needs to bail just yet. I gotta say, that is one cool cucumber of a pilot, despite the fact that he's in a mech that is clearly on a lot of fire. He's surrounded by fire, he's covered in fire, and at the end of the day, he's about to die. Hellspawn continuing his jumpy shenanigans, just going for the full medium pulse laser barrage into the catapult. Luckily for us, wasn't able to actually connect with anything. The Hellspawn, much like the Hellfire was for the large lasers, the Hellspawn actually is a testbed for medium lasers. The more you know. Oh yeah, he's on the ground. Duh. Why am I shooting at the head? Mainly I was hoping to scatter damage around to destroy most of the mech because I don't need a Wolverine, but I suppose that works out pretty good too. Howl, if you mind, Kintaro. I really don't want Howl to be shooting either of these targets. That, however, I do not mind shooting at all. It is a very long-range shot, but I will open fire anyway, because why not? Oh, good job, damaging the back of the Wraith. It is a 55-ton mech, and it is a Vapor Eagle, but I don't really care for it. Alright, ammunition explosion avoided, and hi, buddy. How evasive are you feeling today? Because I'd like to shut you down. Chemical fire, which kind of sucks, but hey, I can put even more on top of a target. Plus another 46 heat to put him up the level, and we are starting to get rather toasty. Oh, very much toasty in here. I will barrage this quick draw again, and we'll have him mostly handled. If you come back towards me, the Kintaro is waiting for you, and it will annihilate you. Just so you know. I'm using a lot of my heat, which I may not want to do so much, because at the end of the day, I do need to worry about other mechs as well. I've got 4 rounds of shooting left with this. Target his head. If you hit his head once, you'll knock him over as well. And he bailed. Okay, lovely. So the pilot's out. Taken care of. I will start to steadily pull back.
I'm there.
Because this is mostly handled now. The Lament might actually have a fairly decent shot on this one, although it is within electronic countermeasure control. I'll go for Warlord just to make sure the temperature stays under control, and triple PPC to the back. 2 of them actually managed to hit, so that Wraith is having a bit of a bad day, which only makes me happier. Senses impaired. Where are you going to jump to now, buddy? Oh, right behind me. That was good. Not gonna lie, that was a pretty good move. Unfortunately, it's not gonna save you, because your stability is becoming a bit of a problem. Your heat threshold is over. Oh no, this could end very poorly for you. Gonna move slightly over to the side and just fire into the back of the Wraith. We know that his structure is exposed, so I have a whole bunch of heavy RMs, and there goes his engine and his ultralight gyro. So the Wraith is taken care of, and all we need to worry about is the Hellspawn. Jester, can you do me a favor? Oh, that's Paradox. Right, so Jester is in the Lament, and I don't want the Lament to blow his head off just yet. Soon, though. Very soon. We will have this all figured out in just a moment. There's the direct line of sight I'm looking for. Slightly closer. Oh, one of my MMLs is jammed. This is extra ungood. And, of course, his jamming systems are really becoming a problem now. So, fire. Not as much fire as I was hoping for, but he's lost his he's lost his evasion, which is kind of helpful to take advantage of this. I'm going to move right in behind him. It says massive accuracy bonus on this one. Oh, wow, it is massive accuracy. So light him on fire, and let's see if we can't force him over. There we go. That's the shutdown we were looking for. Now, why am I working so gosh darn hard to keep this guy alive? I like Hellspawns. That's about it. Hellspawns look really cool. Also, he's got a lot of pulse lasers on board. I may actually want to steal it. Pilot bail. You're not going to win this one. Trust me, it only ends poorly here. Let's start moving out towards the objective. We, of course, need to actually touch base here to steal the peoples.
Waiting for orders.
Just run, because we don't need to worry anymore. We have this fully handled now. Howl also does not need to worry about it. Her Kintaro is not necessary on this one. Although, her Kintaro, do you have incendiaries? You do have incendiaries. Oh, I could have used the Kintaro for this. Alright, Paradox, you actually need to not be, behind him. Because if you do, you'll blow him up entirely. So get over to his left side. And damage his head. And don't... Oh, the MML's already jammed. So I don't even have to worry about that. So lots of little fire onto him. 125 heat. He's feeling stressed. He's not feeling happy about life, which I can, sympathize with because, dude, you're on so much fire. And phase 13 comes onto him. He's trying. He's struggling. He's really working for it. I gotta give him credit for that. He's working for it. He's trying. He doesn't want to bail. Aim for the head. And more fire.
Roger that.
Oh,
Mech destroyed.
we don't normally do that. Normally, we get the pilot to eject, but this time, we may have barbecued the pilot out of the mech.
Maximum speed.
Good job.
What's up, Bob?
So we got that fully intact. We got the quick draw fully intact. I know which one we're going to have to get. It's going to have to be the quick draw. Hell spawns are cooler, but the quick draw is, frankly, better. Well, not...
Footstepping it.
I have a hard time actually saying that. The quick draw, what I can do is I can toss in a couple of MMLs, which will make it really, really good. But
No shooting.
it's going to be MML and laser, which I believe is something... Well, it is something we've done before. And I'm kind of running low, a bit low on lasers. So that may be a bit of a concern. We do have to, of course, run... Oh, no. Can I? I don't want to risk it. I'll continue to run around. I'm more than willing to handle that. We're, after all, going to finish the entire Flashpoint today. That is what we do when it comes to Flashpoints. You finish the whole thing in one sitting. Because that way it allows us to enjoy and have fun. Although I don't know how many missions they're expecting a long Flashpoint to be.
Full speed.
I'm guessing 3, because we're going to have probably one more mission after this to do whatever it is that we didn't do last time. Probably an assault base or something to recover the artifacts. Or if we had chosen the other mission, it would have been to recover the pilot. That's my guess. So I haven't actually played this one, but I have seen it and people have recommended it to me before because they know I like lambs. And supposedly this will give me a lamb, which would be very, very helpful. So everybody's been barbecued, everybody's been taken care of, and most of our mechs will actually get there at almost the same time, so decent on the timing there. Very proud of y'all. And Paradox can basically continue to just run right up the side of this mountain, and we'll jump into the zone in the next turn before anybody else can act. Turn on the MMO. The MMO is kind of a poor man's plasma rifle at this point, because I prefer to have the plasma gun. If I had the plasma cannon on there, it would be much more reliable, because one of the big problems with that MML is it's only 10 missiles. It can be shot down easily by an AMS system, which will take away a ton of heat. So, I'd rather have the more aggressive capabilities of the plasma gun. Run right up in here with the Lament. This Lament is surprisingly quick for a 60 tonner. I was not expecting it to be quite so nimble. So the fact that it is that nimble with its triple PPCs, it is very vulnerable. It does have a major vulnerability in that it has an inner sphere XL engine. Our men will load up the specialist for you and tend to the injuries. Thank you, Commander. Is that it? No, probably have to end up the turn. Yeah, it has an inner sphere XL engine, which I'm not too keen on because, well, inner sphere XLs tend to blow you up if you lose a side torso. Alright, lovely. We can get out of here. So we managed to save 2 full mechs out of that one, and we're getting a fairly decent amount of salvage out of it too, so that ought to work out pretty good for what we want to do. So we just need to check on to see which mech we actually want to grab. So I did sell the Hellspawn point and the quick... did I sell the Hellspawn point? I think I did. I'm 90% positive I did. Because I was like, I'm never going to run into this thing again. I've moved away from 45 tonners, but, you know, it would be a fun mech to have. 168,420. Hopefully we didn't spend too much of that. We did have this battle mostly intact. Yeah, we don't have Hellspawn parts at all. And it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parts. Should we want it? I don't think there's anything here that we need. I assume this came off of the Wraith. Heavy RL-20s were an interesting one-shot, but nothing special beyond that. XL engines. Gyro compact. Ooh. 40 stability plus 40... Oh, so it takes up less size but weighs more. I'm not sure why you'd want that, but I suppose there would be certain circumstances. So we're going to grab a mech. We're going to grab the whole mech. So the question becomes which mech. Kind of leaning towards the quick draw. 2 support hardpoints is a little bit light. The Hellspawn, I believe, is very similar. 8 energy. 2... Ooh, it would be a very interesting flamer. But I already have a flamer mech. I have a very solid flamer mech, in fact. 4 energy, 2 missile, 2 support, 6 jump jets. The jump jets doesn't mean anything because that's based on your speed of your fusion core. Versus 8 energy, 2 missile. It's actually tempting. It's really tempting to take that Hellspawn. I can't do it. I have to grab the 60 tonner. Alright, although I already have a... Well, I can probably get rid of the Otzel now that I've picked this up. And maybe we'll get super lucky and we'll get the Hellspawn. 1, 2, 3, 4... Oh, thank you, game! Thank you so much. We just made 2 mechs off this. If nothing else, this contract was worth it. And the XL engine. The only way this could have gotten better is if we had actually, instead of the sensor basic, gotten the double heatsink kit. Oh, that's lovely. Thank you, game. That was really kind of you. Gave us the entirety of the quick draw and the Hellspawn. Oh, thank you. So I can build a 45 ton? I don't know what I'm going to use it for. I mean, it's not that useful. Because we have a 45 ton Firestarter Omni, which basically does this. Although, oh, I can make it safe. That would be a thing. Because the Firestarter Omni is dangerous. The Firestarter Omni is equipped with, unfortunately, an Innister XL engine. So that makes life a little bit more difficult. So what I could do is I could rig it up as a safe Clan XL, fast, nimble, medium mech with flamers. And eventually plasma guns. Because he has enough equipment. And in fact, he can actually build the current build that's on the mech right now because he's got 8 energy and 2 missiles. So, yeah, he becomes out a little bit short comparatively when you have to factor in the fact that he can't swap in certain weapon systems like the Firestarter Omni, because the Firestarter Omni can mount the 8 flamers and then if it wanted to put in the plasma rifle as well, because it has changeable hardpoints. But yeah, that'll be 9,000 for 2 days, so that paid for itself. And then of course the 2 brand new mechs we managed to get our hands on, and it's instantly loading. I have concern. Are you loading up like a special conversation thing again? Were you supposed to go there first, game? But yeah, picking up the Hellspawn. I like the Hellspawn. I think it's a very cool and interesting looking mech. It was sort of one of the Innisphere's test beds for the medium pulse laser. And like I said, it's cool looking. And that particular version we ended up fighting with the 2 heavy rocket launchers ended up being an interesting combination of things. Because had it actually been accurate with those rocket launchers, those could have done a tremendous amount of damage. And then it backed that up with a whole ton of medium lasers, which is not a bad backup at all. So using those medium lasers, it could actually get a lot of work done. Oh, we are just turning around and dropping immediately. As Commander, I would like to give this data collection mission a try. Oh god. We have a small group of pirates and I'll ambush them. I need you as my eyes in the sky. You will direct the fire and I'll bring it down. It says it's a straight up battle, but you're talking data collection. What? Destroy the pirate? What are we doing? I have no idea anymore. So this will be 3 of 13 priority salvage, 666,000 sea bills. So I don't quite know what's going on anymore, but hopefully we can get some good stuff done. Maybe it'll field us with a lance that's not ours, because my lance is a little bit beat up. Okay, I have a single pilot, Lieutenant Brian.
Command interface initiated.
Okay, what is going on, Lieutenant Brian? Ah yes, it's a screamer lamb. Just points me at them. I'm not used to flying, so this will be quite the experience. Looks like we have 2 of them, just as predicted. Should get some good data out of this. Be careful out there. Running solo is always a risk. I've got this. I owe it to IE to get the data on this ancient battle mech. Okay, so we need to destroy the pirate. There are 2 pirates. And we have a screamer lamb. Okay, to be honest, it's not the prettiest of the lambs, but it is a cool lamb. Alright, so lambs are land-air mechs. They are capable of flying very, very fast, very aggressively. Go with the ERPPC, a pair of ER medium lasers, and an Elerum 5 Telos. Also has Ghost Mech for the additional defense should you actually need it. But let us fly! And brace. So look at all that evasion we just gained. All that evasion stacked up just for us. And we have a line of sight on a Rotuna support vehicle. Can you just shoot from here? We do have a shot. I don't know, it's a beautiful shot as well. Do you shoot? You do. Fire.
Got it.
And the pirate has been destroyed. Is that it?
Bye-bye.
Please tell me that's it. Am I going to jump? I'm absolutely going to jump. Why am I going to jump? To keep the temperature down? To keep the aggression up. Yeah, it is a mech on legs. Or a plane on legs. Which I like, but...
Good to go.
Okay, we seem to have accomplished our objectives. I'm not quite sure what we want to do. I'm gonna walk. I'll get some sensor data. Brace. I'll take care of our heat without too much trouble. And we do need to find this guy. I imagine he's somewhere out there. I just don't know where he is yet. We can jump because we're free at the moment. So we may as well hop. Stack up a whole ton of evasion. And brace. But there were 2 of them. Okay, where are you?
Waiting on you, Commander.
Where are you?
Taking them.
I've got eyes on hostile.
Oh, we were just waiting for reinforcements. There they are. It is a Hunchback 1G, which is somewhat dangerous. Gonna lob a couple of missiles this way. Managed to get a pair of hits, too, so that's not terrible. Alright, so the first target was an easy kill, obviously designed that way. However, the Hunchback 1G could actually be kind of dangerous. I do think that this 1G is equipped with just standard Inner Sphere Ancient primitive weapons, so we may actually be able to be quite aggressive on this one. Oh, I can get a back shot on you? You honest to God, give me a back shot. Fly! Do I want to... Yeah, I'm just going to unload on him. I've listened kills and dead fires. Oh, baby. So, managed to get some serious fire onto his fusion core. Unfortunately, didn't break the cannon like I kind of had hoped for, but I have enough evasion that I hope I can avoid getting shot at. Yeah, this periphery rifle was not able to do anything to me. Alright, he's feeling confident. So here's my plan. We vigilance. We jump right in behind him. Because we have an ERPPC. Surprise, buddy! And our temperature's still under control. Yeah, you're dead here. Never mind, you're not quite dead, but your left torso is gone. And your medium rifle is crit, and you're feeling unsteady. Are you going to try and turn and punch me? Because I'm just going to continue to do this to you. Because I have a lot of evasion. Ooh, that came close. Don't hit me. If he hits me, he can actually cause a significant amount of damage to me. Alright, let's bounce. Let's utilize our advantage to fly. We're going to go up a level. So he can't actually get behind me. Aim down at the target. And there we go. That was quite fun. I was flying, Commander, flying! They never saw me coming. Pew, pew, pew. Alright, good job, Sheriff. Now give me the mech. Give me the mech. Or any Shadowhawk at this point. Well, I'll take any lamb. I'll take a wasp lamb at this point. Like, yeah, I'm not picky. Just give me a mech that flies like that, so that I can utilize it in the most awesome fashion possible. So we've managed to pick up a Hellspawn from this Flashpoint so far. We've also managed to get our hands on a quick draw, so that adds up to our heavy mechs. And hopefully with this, we get this lamb. Or at least a lamb, because that lamb seems pretty solid in just its basic form. The only thing I might take out is I'll probably rip out the I'd rip out the LRM for an MML. 580,100 CBils, lovely. Of course, the Screamer took a penetrating hit. Its patchwork material apparently got broken. Why? I don't know why, but apparently patchwork material was busted up. All right, so just junk. Nothing but junk. Oh, I can salvage the core. Give me the Hunchback 1G part. And I think I'm getting all of this anyway. The rocket launcher 15? Internal combustion engine to sell? Yeah, internal combustion engine to sell. Yeah, we got everything except a Sabo round. So that's not terrible at all. I mean, it is all junky equipment. They did that deliberately so that you could feel like a badass flying around in a Screamer lamb, but yeah, not terrible. I will take it. Especially if I can get the lamb. That is my sole goal in life at this point, is to make sure that I get my hands on that lamb. Because if we have that lamb, life is awesome. Well, any lamb will do. Again, hopefully preferably with a whole bunch of energy hard points so I can just cram on a whole ton of flamers, and that would replace the fire starter, absolutely. If I have a whole bunch of energy hard points, or if I can mount a whole bunch of plasma rifles onto it. The trouble with lambs, and this is the big problem sort of strategically and tactically with lambs, is that you can't really do much in terms of weight savings on them. Because the lamb already has a structure, it already has an armor, I believe. Also, it already has its own engine. And all of these allow you to jump further and fly faster and give you tons of additional evasion bonuses. So you don't really have anything that you can throw in there for extra weight, aside from things like patchwork materials, or I think you can also make it work with certain gyros. But that becomes a little bit dicey because you don't want to mess with gyros, because you need the support. Anyway, good work, Commander. Oh my god, I cannot believe it. It was like whoosh, whoosh, and then pew, pew, pew. My legs are shaking. They're still shaking. I don't think being an aerospace pilot is for me, and the thing handles horribly as a mech. I tell you what, you take the mech, send us a report, and keep in touch. I hope we can do business again soon, Commander. Well, I'll take it, thank you. SLDF loot cache, what are you gonna give me? A Wasp S part. Cool. Beagle Active Probe, LRM, Pharaoh Exchange, and the full-on Screamer Lamb. No, shoot. You're actually giving me the 55-ton screamer. That's really cool. Hopefully it actually has stuff in it. If not, that's going to be a bit rough. I now kind of regret buying this exchanger because I bought an exchanger for 700-something thousand and I just picked up a new one out of this loot cache. This was a good loot cache though. Feeling pretty good about it. We'll sell the wasp up. The Screaming Lamb is a prototype land air mech that was produced during the reign of Emperor Stefan the Maris when his forces were occupying the Terran hegemony in the late Star League era. The design shares the same tonnage as the Shadowhawk Lamb. The mech was built as a harasser and a quick strike machine. Unlike the original prototype Lamb, the Screamer was able to transition into a fighter, mech, or air mech modes. Alrighty, so an SCX-1. This will be a nice little pickup. Alright, show me to me in the bay. Because I desire to see it. That's not it. This is it. So is it just a case of I need to fix it and then it'll be fine? What's broken? I don't know what's broken on it. It even has tonnage remaining. Oh, this is phenomenal. Look at that. But as you can see, there's not much you can do to it. Like the Lamb engine built in. It already has a gyro engine built in. It does have a heatsink prototype kit, which is interesting. Oh, the problem is because it has the weight open. Okay, that's handleable. It's got its Lamb and aluminum armor, Lamb structure, gyro defense, engine Lamb. Like, all of the stuff for this mech kind of requires you to not have any additional weight savings. So the RM5 is 2 tons, I believe? Yeah, 2 tons. So what I could end up doing is, if I wanted to, I could swap out the Telos. Oh, I need to get my hands on a Clan ERPPC. That'll save me a ton. That'll allow me to switch out the Telos for an MML, which I could then use a ton of SRM Deadfire ammo or something like that. Yeah, that would work out. I don't have enough room in order to try and slam in a pair of heavy mediums, which would be an obvious upgrade. However, if I did rip out the Telos, I might have the room for that. So we're going to want to be on the lookout for an ERPPC clan so that we can swap that out. It only has 3 energy hard points. You really got to make the most of it. This is not going to... Unfortunately, this will not replace any of our more aggressive mechs. And if you actually take a moment to pause, 2, 4, 6... plus 7, 13 tons. There's not a lot of weight here. If you wanted to go ballistic, you can throw on an ultra autocannon, but frankly, I think the ERPPC is going to run you out better. But yeah, prototype double heatsink kit is minus 20% weapon heat, but I believe it only gives you 4 per. Got a 275 radius fusion core, which is really nice. But directional jump jets for plus 5 death from above, plus 1 death from above accuracy, minus 5 jump distance? You mean this thing can fly further? Oh, but it only weighs 0.7. Could I put improved jump jets? Because I'm not going to death from above with this thing. That'd be dumb. It's too light. It's 55 tons. It could actually death from above pretty aggressively if it wanted to. But what I think might be a better plan is rip all these out. Because if it's minus 5 jump distance, plus from death from above accuracy, minus 5 death from above damage taken, plus from death from above damage. So improved jump jets would be better. So if I want to make this thing truly insane, I need the jump jet ISs. And they weigh the same thing, because it's plus 15 jump jets. Oh, and that'll then go into the Lamb's engine, which gives you a 20% jump distance, the Lamb structure, which gives you a 30% jump distance, the Lamb aluminum armor, which is another 20% jump distance, the partial wing system, which is another 30% jump distance. Right, I have an idea of what I want to do to this thing. Oh, another thing we could do, just in terms of weapons firepower, would be a pair of heavy larges. Because that would be 8 tons. And I'd still have an extra ton. So 16 tons, I could cram in 3 of them. I mean, the heat would be outrageous, but I could do it. We're going to be on the lookout for improved jump jets. I'm going to rip them out of any other mech that currently has the small improved jump jets, because putting them in... It's the Shadowhawk. Well, people were complaining. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Right. I'm going to have to do some serious thinking on this one. Because I do want to give it more improved jump jets. We'll give it more armor to be sure. As you can see, not exactly the prettiest looking model, but you know what? That's fine. It's a Lamb. I can have fun with it. I can have a lot of fun with this thing. But that's going to do it for today's episode. I have been Tarek. If you like what you've been seeing, hit that like button and subscribe. If you want to receive a notification every time I post these videos, press that little bell icon, leave a comment. Make sure you join us for the streams on Saturdays and Wednesdays at 5 o'clock. And I will see you all in the next episode.